What's going on, everybody? Logan Manzanares here, and today we have an awesome video. We're going to be talking about why the rich don't work for money. This is a Robert Kiyosaki quote, one of my favorite people on the planet, and we're going to dive into that deep to understand what that really means. So if you are new here, though, my name is Logan Manzanares. I'm a business owner, fitness professional. I'm a real estate investor as well, husband and father. And man, I've been in the real estate game for about 2.5 years, been in the business game for almost 10 years. And I'm going to share with you today on what this quote actually means of Robert Kiyosaki, one of my favorite people on the planet. So I think it's really important to understand how I even fell upon Robert Kiyosaki. So I remember training one of my clients. So back when I was one-on-one personal training, I was training a client, and I just got into audiobooks. And so the first audiobook that I read was a book called Money, Master the Game by Tony Robbins. So if you've heard that book, or obviously you know who Tony Robbins is, I'm sure, but that was the first audiobook I ever read, and I was like, whoa, it just transformed the way I thought about investing. I was like, wow, this book is really cool. Then I was like, okay, I'm gonna start putting my money in the stock market, and I'm gonna start making money, all this stuff. And I went and I trained a session that the day after I finished that book with he was actually one of my first mentors named Cliff, and he was somebody who had really helped me start my own business. He had really taught me how to do books. His wife was a bookkeeper, so they literally taught me how to do QuickBooks, all this other stuff. And so I would consider him one of my very first business mentors. And so basically shared with him, hey, I just read this book, Money Master the Game, talking about the stock market, all these things I learned from the book. And he's like, you know what? He's like, you should actually go read The Millionaire Next Door, by Thomas Stanley. I was like, okay, right? And I was like I'm just a sponge. I'll go learn. And so I went and listened, to The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas Stanley. And I read the book, and I was like, whoa, I got excited about that one. I was like, wow, I could become a millionaire just by saving my money and basically buying a house. But really just like living frugally. And that was one of those things I was excited about. I told my wife about it. I was like, yeah, we can become rich. We just gotta not spend money. And so quickly that kind of was like, oh, that seems like it's gonna take a long time because I don't really make a lot of money at this point. And so then for some reason I was like, okay, I gotta find I was searching, I was seeking, trying to find what's the philosophy I want to listen to, because the Money Master of the Game was great, and then all of a sudden all the emotion right now I was like, oh, maybe that's not really doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. I'm gonna have to be invested till I'm I won't be financially free till I'm 60 years old. The Millionaire Next Door was I understand the value of living frugally, but I don't want to be live poor my whole life, and then just not get to the finer things in life. And then I remember in college I had this buddy named Calvin. I remember him talking about this book called Rich Dad Poor Dad, and for some reason it's just one of those ones that popped in my head. I was like, oh, I'll see that one, and then it popped up on my recommended books to listen to on Audible, and so I listened to that one. And Rich Dad Poor Dad by Kiyosaki, one of the most amazing books of all time. If you haven't read that, you have to read that. Is very fundamental, and that book really transformed my thought process, not even around business and money, but just around life actually. And so one of the quotes in there, and one of the chapters in there is actually the rich don't work for money. I think it's actually chapter number 1, the rich don't work for money. And so what does that really mean? What it really means is that the rich use money to work for them, where most people most people get used by money. And so here's basically my interpretation of this quote, right? Number one is, when it says the rich don't work for money, it doesn't mean being an employee is a bad thing, right? It just means that as in so let's say that you are an employee, you work for somebody else, right? So you essentially are working for money. So you basically get your paycheck, and then you use that paycheck to basically pay bills, pay expenses, whatever it may be. But here's the difference, is that most people, they spend it all, right? They literally spend everything. They are consumers, and so they spend all the money they make. Whereas if you want your money to work for you, you need to save some of that money, and not just save it just to have a rainy day, not just have a little bit of money in the bank, not a little security, you need that as well, but you need to be able to use that money and invest in something that makes your money babies. Have something that makes money more money, right? Have your money make babies. That's the key to making actual wealth and become rich, is that piece right there. So having an investment vehicle. Now, I myself am very a big component of real estate because it has lots of advantages, far more than the stock market, far more than cryptocurrency, far more than anything else, right? So I'm a big proponent in investing in business. In real estate. Now, as an employee, I would also recommend you going into business as well, so you're actually working for yourself. But those are kind of the two avenues that I highly recommend is investing in business, which is basically investing in you, in yourself, and then investing in real estate as well, which I think is by far the best investment you can do on this planet. It's like 90% of millionaires in America were created or use real estate. Like it's just that's like it's just set up for you to do that. And so that's really what that concept is. The rich work for money is they have their money work for them, right? Whether it's they investing in real estate, whether they're investing in business. So when you invest in business, obviously like to start with, like you probably are like doing a lot of the work yourself. But eventually the whole point of having a business is that you can hire other people to do work for you. It's like if you're an employee, guess what? There's someone who owns the business that you work for, and they've hired you to do a job, and instead of them having to do it, now you do it, right? And so they're able to leverage their money by paying you to do something, and they're able to grow this company. And so that's why business is very much a great way to use this concept too, is that like when you have a business, like you hire the like you hire your team, you hire a person who's going to do the fulfillment of your product or your widget. You're going to hire the manager. You're going to hire the CEO who oversees everybody, right? And eventually that's how you scale a business, right? Is you're using money, you're using people to grow this thing. And so the concept of the rich going for money is super powerful. So those are talking about like business concepts, but I think about it from the concept of even like your personal life. Like what are some things in your life that you're currently doing that you could actually have somebody else do, right? Like maybe cooking, maybe meal prepping, maybe taking your kids to practice, maybe taking them to school, right? Having a nanny, have someone clean your house for you, have someone mow your lawn for you. Like these are all things that most people just like do because they think they have to, right? It's like use money. Like the reason you have money is to use it. So use money to have somebody mow your lawn for you, have somebody do dishes for you, have somebody clean your house for you, right? Like have somebody like do the things that you don't like doing, right? Or give you the time back so you actually can spend time doing what you like to do, like creating money or creating a business, right? Or learning, investing in yourself. And that's actually the most powerful thing you can do is like invest in yourself, by the way. So because that investment never goes down no matter what. So that's the message for you today. Is like the concept of rich for money is super powerful. It like completely transformed my life and just help me understand that like the whole point is not to have money, like just to have money. Like having money in your bank account, having money like doesn't do anything unless you use it. Like money is to be used, right? Use it to invest in yourself. Buy assets, buy things that go up in value, not go down in value, right? Like being an investor is one of the most powerful things you can do first. And then once you have all these investments kicking off, cash flow here, money over here, then you use that money to go do all of what I call the dumb stuff. Go buy the dumb stuff, go have fun, be a spendthrift, but become an investor first. And I think the concept of the rich don't work for money is super powerful. And yeah, if you haven't read Robert Kiyosaki's book, amazing book, completely transformed my life. He's got a bunch of other books as well that you just go down that rabbit hole. But yeah, that's my version of the rich don't work for money. So hopefully that really resonated with you. If you did, please let me know, like, comment, share, all the good stuff. And if you are a online trainer, or if you want to become an online trainer, or you want to learn how to make $10,000 a month as an online trainer, then I want you to comment down below. I'm going to give you a course on how to do that. And guess what? It's not free, right? It's not free, but it's also not thousands of dollars. Actually, just $1, right? And I want you to invest in yourself. I want you to make that commitment by literally taking your credit card out of your wallet and investing $1. And so this course literally is going to give you the blueprint of how you can make your first $10,000 online as a trainer. It's amazing. Like I said, it literally is a step-by-step process. So if that's something you're interested in, please hit the link down below. Otherwise, like this video, comment on it, subscribe, tell your friends. Let's go. Let's change people's lives. My name is Logan Manzanares. I'm out. Bye.